We got a spine tick on Comic Book Kenny! That is right. We do have a spine tick tonight on Comic Book Ken, but not the one you're thinking of, or maybe it is the one you're thinking of, because y'all should know who the spine ticks are. Down below, click on the link, but I just want to share some spine ticks with you guys. This is a Suicide Squad #1. It's just, I just have to share. Look how many spine ticks that thing has. Kind of disappointed in that. But anyways, that's how we're starting off the show. Me sharing spine ticks with you. We are happy you're here. It's a Friday night, another Comic Book Ken. It is actually our 52nd episode, which I think makes it this a 1-year anniversary. I don't know. We haven't kept track, and Chris and I have been too busy to throw a celebration. But speaking of Chris, my good friend and partner in crime, Christopher, how are you, buddy?
I'll tell you what, man, it's a celebration every time we get together and do this show. So
52 night is a celebration. Every time we get together and do the absolute celebration. This time is no different because, again, we have Azores Tiger from Spine Ticks in the house tonight as our guest co-host. Granted, he has to pass, I guess we call it the gauntlet, the interview process. And if he doesn't, we're going to boot him. So it's fair game. Luckily, we've had everybody make it. And we had our first Hall of Famer last week. And Steve, Hip Hop's in me from Team Nerd Herd. So really happy that he is our first Hall of Fame member. That being said, we got some news to get to before we get to Eric. Am I right, Chris?
yes, we do.
We do, and it was chock full of news this week. It was chock full of news because we had that first Venom Let There Be Carnage trailer. Chris, we are going to play this trailer, and we're going to talk about it on the other side. Let's just get to it. How about
it? Let's watch it.
I say either, you say either, I say neither, and I say neither, neither. Let's call the whole thing off. Ta-da! Catch up.
Excuse me?
Yummy.
Good evening, Eddie.
Hey, Mrs. Chen.
Good evening, Venom.
Function hall, Mrs. Chen.
He says hi.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
I've been thinking about you, Eddie.
Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number.
Because you and I are the same. Every decision we ever make. Who do we leave behind? And how do we leave them? Waiting in the darkness for the rescuer who never comes. Welcome back, Eddie Brock. It's been a long time. Miss you so much. Soon come chaos. Chaos soon come.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
The chocolate delivery hasn't arrived yet.
No!
We had a deal.
What's gonna happen? You gonna stop protecting me?
I am happy to eat, Mrs. Chen.
No, you cannot eat, Mrs. Chen.
What?
Nothing?
All right, so Chris, there's the trailer. I'm going to give you all my reaction to this Venom sequel trailer, that is. It really doesn't do anything for me. I'm not hyped about this film. I thought the first one was okay. I do want to see this kind of evolve and grow. I'm interested to see Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy, a.k.a. Carnage. But honestly, man, this thing just leaves me,
Yeah, I have to echo your sentiments here. I woke up, 7 a.m., getting ready for work, and took a couple minutes to watch it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Got ready for work. I don't know. It's here, I'll say this. I'll say a couple of things. One, when I watched the trailer for the first one, I thought it was going to be horrible, corny, cheesy, and just garbage. I watched the film and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was entertaining. It was what it was. It wasn't my Venom. It wasn't the Venom that I wanted. No Spider-Man. How do you do Venom? But for what it was, I was actually impressed. I said, okay, you know what? Sony actually did a decent job. Going into this trailer, hey, you never know. We could watch this movie. It could be the same thing. But my breakdown is I thought there's too much humor in the video. I liked it, him walking into the store in the beginning and being playful or whatnot. Bringing it back to that in the end to me was way too much. I like seeing Daily Bugle. I like seeing Ravencroft. I like seeing those Spider-Man elements in there that hopefully is going to tie in to Tom Holland in Spider-Man. Yeah. So, there's some things that I saw that I'm hopeful for. You got great actors. You got Andy Serkis directing. So, I'm hopeful. But at the end of the day, I can't take much away from this trailer at all.
Yeah, we have some opinions in the chat here. I think it's going to be better than the first. By the way, this is Louis Logic's Triple X. I think it's going to be better than the first one because Woody is the man in these roles, Natural Born Killers. Absolutely, 100%. I agree with that. But Fantasy World Games, you might have had a bigger reaction if you had stubbed your toe. That is fact. Fantasy World Games, that is absolute fact. Before we start, moving on from this story, I do want to share some images here that, this is a poster. It looks pretty sweet. You got it from the POV of Carnage's mouth. And Venom wrapped around. He's got Carnage wrapped around him. That looks decent. Here's an image of Carnage right here. It's okay, But again, it doesn't move the needle where I'm like, shit, I got to be first in line to see this thing. I'm not there. I won't be there, and I will watch it. I will absolutely go see it. I support almost every comic book movie possible, but this one is. I'm not advocating for it, to be honest. I'm not going to be hyping it up because I'm not hyped about it, to be honest with you. That's it.
I will say too, and I like how they made Venom look and the symbiotes look compared to Amazing Spider-Man 3, or excuse me, Spider-Man 3, right? But why is the only images of Carnage with him having like so much symbiote limbs coming out and all this? To me, it takes away from seeing the main form of Carnage. I just think it's like too much, and I hope it's not like that like throughout the whole movie. But I don't know. It's tough.
I don't know either. But you know what? I made a mistake here, Chris. This is our year-long. This is our year anniversary, I guess, and we haven't said hello to people in the chat here. We got Jay Ward, we got P. Keel, we got Voice Inject, we got Fantasy World Games, and Louis Logics, who just left us some out. B-Level Meme Wars, thanks for joining us tonight. Haven't seen you for a while. Serge Henderson, what up, guys? How are you? Our good friend and partner in crime with Azorius Tiger, Sith Lordly from the Spine Ticks is here as well. Guys, if you are not following Spine Ticks, click on the link below because you must. That's all I'm saying. What else? Who else? All right. We got to get to the news. So many of you, again, thank you all for joining because you guys make this show, and you are the reason Chris and I do it each and every week. But speaking of doing it each and every week, we do the news each and every week, and we got more news. Chris, what's up next?
All right. Well, usually our MCU news is, great, awesome news that leaves everybody excited and happy. But this one might put a damper in some of you big MCU fans out there. Emily Blunt, who has been a fan favorite to play, side by side with John Krasinski in Fantastic Four as Invisible Woman, seems to have killed any hopes of that being fact. So, this is for years now. We've had fans petitioning for her to play alongside her real-life husband, John Krasinski, playing Reed Richards and Sue Storm in the MCU. These hopes may have been shut down good because in a recent appearance on the Howard Stern show, she was asked if she would ever take this role. This is her response, quote, "That is a fan casting. No one has received a phone call. That's just people saying, wouldn't that be great?" Quote, All right. That's not what's really alarming here to these fans that wanted to see this happening. She followed up by saying this when she was talking about how she had to turn down the Black Widow role that was offered to her because of scheduling conflict. She went on to say, quote, "I was obsessed with Iron Man. I wanted to work with Robert Downey Jr. It would have been amazing, but I don't know if a superhero movie is for me. They're not up my alley. I don't like them. I really don't." Wow. Okay. We know. Here's the thing. We were just talking about this last week, Jeff, when Andrew Garfield made the statement about, no, there's no way I'm going to be in the Spider-Man movie. And we talked about what that could mean. Marvel is good most of the time at keeping things in the bag. So, hey, could Emily Blunt be putting on her, her acting shoes and tap dancing around this and really trying to, not give us any clue if this could be possibly a real thing? Or is she really just saying, guys, I don't want to do this. Stop it.
I think it's the latter. I really do. I think, honestly, she has, even before they announced, even before they got the Fox properties back, Marvel did, the MCU, she was saying she just isn't into it and she just doesn't have the time. She has a family and kids and, with Krasinski and both of their careers doing huge things. She's expressed this before, on top of the fact she turned down the Black Widow role. She had that role. She was a first choice over Scarlett Johansson. I don't see it happening, guys. As much as I'd love to see those two together in a film and subsequent films and all kinds of cameos and all that stuff, it's just not gonna. I don't see it happening, unfortunately. And I know we all want to fan cast this. I know we all want to make it happen, but I think it's time to let it go. But I do believe that they will be announcing, a variety of news when it comes to Fantastic Four before the end of the year. It has to happen. Kevin Feige hyped it up at Disney Investor Day, or was it? I don't even remember. All this time is just like that during the pandemic. But you know what I'm talking about. So, anyways, let's just give up on this, Chris. It's time, and it's time to move on.
Let me ask you one more question. Does this kill the possibility of Krasinski playing Reed Richards?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That guy's so busy as well with his Quiet Place films as well, and the series he has on Amazon. Like, I don't know, but who knows? Marvel makes it happen. And voice inject. You say it very well. I trust Marvel's casting choices, as do I. It's rare where they haven't gotten it right. It just is very rare. But moving on, we have some more MCU news. That's right. Is there a ban in China for Shang-Chi and the Eternals? Could this possibly happen? A huge market like that? Yeah, it can possibly happen. And I'm going to pull up an image because I'm all discombobulated. There we go. It possibly could happen. As we all know, China is a huge market for all filmmakers, all studios. They always want to appease that market, and it's hard to, because China is not a free market when it comes to films, because the government decides what can be released there. It's been noticed by Variety that CCTV6, China's movie channel, left out both Shang-Chi and Eternals from its list of upcoming U.S. releases. Now, this isn't confirmation that they've nixed it. They're not allowing these films in the country, but it is a bit unusual with these highly anticipated films. Variety also reports that there are concerns when it comes to Shang-Chi that the Mandarin is going to follow along the lines of Fu Manchu, who embodies a racist stereotype. Fu Manchu was built off of that stereotype, and this was the earliest incarnation of him, but that's not how he's going to be portrayed in this film, as we can see from the trailers. And as for Eternals, director Chloe Zhao is prohibited from visiting China after comments she made in 2013, alluding to the fact that there are lies everywhere in that country. So that's a big deal for Marvel, especially dealing with loss of funds from this pandemic, right? Everybody's losing money. Everybody's losing money in this industry. But to lose a huge market like that is just kind of another blow. And everyone's like, oh, what's a big deal? What's what's another $100 million, $200 million? And they go over $1 billion. Because there's so many people involved in creating these works of art to us. There are so many people that are involved who aren't like the highest paid actors, who aren't the highest paid producers. But you have production assistants, you have grips, you have, the lighting guys, assistant camera, audio. You have all of these people working incredibly hard to get this done. You guys see the visual effects list at the end of each of these films. It's important that these films get as much money as possible so they can continue to make more, but also pay the talented people that are creating these films that we love. So it is a big deal. I don't know if this is going to happen or not, Chris, but it would be a big blow to both of these films.
Yeah, especially two. I mean, we could talk about one being an issue when you talk about two, and then what does that mean for films after this? It's really a bit of a quicksand that we seem to be walking on here. We don't want, and we think that we're at a stage where we think that, Marvel Studios under Disney is, they're unstoppable. It's there, nothing can happen to them. But you put, like you were saying, the losses over the last year due to the pandemic. You start finally getting some films back into theaters, and you lose one of your largest markets. I mean, that doesn't come lightly for any company. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed that this doesn't come to fruition for these two films or even one of them. But if it does, I really hope my main concern isn't how it's directly correlated with this one or two films, but what that means for years to come.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do want to say I probably pronounced, I guess it's Shang-Chi. I pronounced it incorrectly, and I apologize for that.
That's a whole other.
Yeah.
That's
anyway,
a whole other
Marvel value
debate.
Shang-Chi. Okay, my bad. I'm terrible at pronunciation, whatever language it is. So Shang-Chi it is. But moving on, Chris, you have the next story. Again, let's hope that this does get released in China, because that's a lot of money for Marvel to continue to make the content that we all know and love. Chris, what do we got next? We got an 80s classic next is what we have.
Oh my goodness. All right, everyone our age is going to be going crazy over this. Hopefully we got a first look at a new He-Man animated series coming to Netflix, directed by who? The man, Kevin Smith. Yes, Kevin Smith is set to bring He-Man back to the original animated series, a form almost 30 years since we were all introduced to the character in 1983. Masters of the Universe Revelation, the title of the new show, is set to premiere on Netflix in just a few months, and we have been treated to the first still images. Look at this. Awesome. Look at this. In my humble opinion, these look absolutely amazing. Look, with other 80s classics being rebooted in recent years, say, for example, Cartoon Network's attempt at modernizing Thundercats, which just the mere mention of that show makes me want to hurl inside my own mouth. Kevin Smith's vision for He-Man here is leaving me with great optimism. Yes, for a show that will stay true to the nostalgic goodness of these characters while bringing something very new and fresh to the table. That's what I'm getting from these images. Very reminiscent, yet a modern twist on the look. Come on, man. I know Kevin Smith, who isn't much older than all of us. I have trust in this guy and I know that he's been watching and has his ear to like some of these franchises that have gotten reboots lately. It's just like, what are they thinking? This one I think is going to be one that speaks to that generation, us, and can be well marketed to the younger generation as well and be extremely successful.
I'm psyched. I'm fucking pumped. I can't wait for this. Kevin Smith is a fan, so he creates things that fans want, so I'm really excited about this announcement. Well, it was announced already, but I'm really excited about the images, and it looks like I think this is launching at the end of July. If somebody's asking who's voicing this, good question. I don't know. We need to get back and look into that. It's been a busy week for Chris and I. Just back off, guys. Sorry we don't have all the information for you. We apologize. It's our year anniversary, though. Come on, celebrate and just cut us some slack. Moving on. Another 80s hit, guys. Oh, my God. I can't tell you how much I love G.I. Joe. I can't tell you how much I love G.I. Joe and Transformers. For me, I don't know about you guys regionally. It was between 4 and 5 o'clock. You had G.I. Joe followed by Transformers on TV. I rushed home from school. I watched all those. I collected all the toys. Between me and my brother, we probably had almost every toy. So when those G.I. Joe films came out, I was like, oh, these fucking suck. These absolutely suck. But there's promise, guys, because Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins, not only moved their release date off from October to July, We are getting our first looks this week from, I do believe it's EW, as well as a new poster. Look at this. Look at that. You see him holding his badass helmet right there with his tattoo and like neon and all that stuff. Snake Eyes, it's going to be here, guys, because there will be a trailer dropping this Sunday at the MTV Movie Awards, and we'll talk about that next week. You better believe it, because I am a diehard G.I. Joe fan. Chris, I'm sure you are as well, because it's just 80s goodness. By the way, Snake Eyes does release on July 23rd, so get ready for that. Chris, man, it was a decent amount of news. Right? You can't complain.
Yeah.
You had the trailer and G.I. Joe and in between. I mean, Blunt's saying she's not going to join the MCU. Is she for real? Only time will tell.
Yeah.
Only time will tell. You know,
I'm ready. I'm ready to get this show going.
I am too. You know why? We have a fantastic guest. You guys should all know Azores Tiger, a.k.a. Eric from Spine Ticks. That's right. You guys should all know Spine Ticks. And if you don't, click on the link below. Subscribe to them right now. It's spinetix.com. It's that easy, guys. I love when people do that. Instead of having that ugly YouTube URL, just go to spinetix.com and follow them. Azores Tiger, good friend of the show. He's always in the chat watching us. The content that they produce is amazing as well. I'm going to tell you what I like in them too, guys. Chris, I have not expressed this to you verbally, but this is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
That's right. Azores Tiger will be up next, but Spine Text, it's yet another amazing channel you all should be following. And shame on you if you're not. In my opinion, they are the glue to this community and have a web that stretches out far and wide within many content creators and audience members. They're not only known to have high-profile guests here, but they also show that, you know, they're also going to entertain. That is a guarantee. One of the Spine Ticks here right now. We're about to introduce. That's right. I'm going to say his name again. Eric, a.k.a. Azores Tiger. Thank you so much for joining us, sir. How are you?
What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
So good to see you. So good that you're here. You have a baby in the house, too, you're taking care of. You're juggling your baby, your 9-year-old daughter, on top of all the comics that you got going on in your life.
Yeah.
Speaking of, before we get to this interview, which is, you know, there's no guarantee you're going to continue on with the show. You know how it works. You have to pass this interview before you can become a guest co-host.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, I need to say congratulations to you in that grail you just received. Can we please see it?
Yes. Let's see.
You are just still on that high.
I am.
Look at that. I mean, look at how lovingly he's looking at it in this picture. look at those eyes. There's a twinkle in his eye. Look how carefully he's holding it with his 3 fingers up top. I mean, it is a thing of beauty. Love is a thing of beauty, is it not, Eric?
Yeah, man.
Anyways, we are so happy that you were here with you and your X-Men 1. But here's the deal, man. We're going to get into this interview, but you are promoting a 750th sub contest, right? You're about to give that away. Tell us all about that real quick.
Yeah, so tomorrow on Spine Ticks, it was 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be having our 750 subscriber giveaway contest. We're going to have all types of prizes you can win. So make sure you go to our YouTube channel and click on the video where it has the hashtag Spine Ticks 750. So we want you all to go on there and comment. And also use that hashtag SpineTick750, so that way you can be entered into the raffle when we get it going. So you can win slabs, books, gift boxes. You all know that I've already been joining in on Spine Ticks, that we come with the heat. So this won't be any less exciting. So yeah, definitely want to be there tomorrow.
That's a guarantee. And by the way, you guys run these marathon shows, which are absolutely amazing, with a ton of people in there. I'm not kidding. You will always be entertained watching that. But right now, we are going to get to this interview. Chris, are you ready?
I'm ready.
More importantly, Eric, are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm putting myself in the hot seat right now.
There's a lot of weight. There's a lot of weight that comes with this interview, and it's literally make or break. So we're gonna ease you into things. So right now, Chris and I, we haven't brought this subject up in a while, but I wanted to bring it up with you. And I feel like I know the answer, but are you a signature book guy or no signature?
Oh, that's a tough one. So majority of my collection is no signature. But I do have a big signature on one of my grails. So let's say I'm gonna be a signature guy. I'm gonna be a signature guy.
I did not peg you for that as such.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm not going to hold it against him because Chris and I are not signature guys.
Gotcha. Yeah, majority of mine are not signatures, but then I had the opportunity to get Chris Claremont's signature.
That's a good signature.
And yeah, man. So it's like if I said no signature, then I wouldn't be able to.
Then you're a hypocrite. Yeah.
Exactly.
I got you. Fair enough. All right. Fair enough. So moving on, we kind of didn't do the preamble of like, how long have you been collecting? How'd you get in? We want a quick snippet of how you got in, followed by how you got involved with Spine Ticks. Go for it.
You got it. Okay, so quick, 4 years old. This is me and my mom, and what she would do is take me to the comic book shop every Saturday. So that's something that she could do for me. It wasn't expensive, and she would buy me a book. So this was her way of getting me to read at an early age. And I was also into drawing and art. All my family's been into art all my life, so that's just something I gravitated towards, and I would try to draw the pictures, and it made me advance reading level because I love the comic books. I gravitated towards Marvel, so I'm a Marvel guy. She said it just happened. First book was a Spider-Man book, and Wolverine is my guy, so I've been running with the Wolverine and series and X-Men pretty much majority. Due to life happening, school, sports, girls, parties, got out of the game. Then came back, got in. Let's say House of X, Powers of 10. So it's like late 2018. So I've been back in the game and hit the ground running. Met a lot of people that helped my learning curve. So it's like I never left. And as far as Spine Ticks, Sith Lordly and I, we go to the same LCS. And we met up. Yeah, we met up one day because we would be in a live feed just like we still are now. Participating in all the different shows, interacting. Found out we both had the same LCS. And Sith was trying to put together like a Southern California comic book crawl, weather, schedules, things like that. It didn't happen yet, but he hit me up, said, "You want to meet up?" I said, "You know what, let's do it." We met up, we hit it off, and then he's like, "Hey, I'm starting a show. You want to be a part of it?" I said, "Sign me up. Let's go."
That's awesome. You guys, honestly, peanut butter and jelly right there. I know you got a lot of other associates with Spine Ticks, but I mean, you guys are the heart. I feel like you and Sith, you're great together. By the way, Chris has some. We're gonna get into some like non-comic book related questions because we all know you love comic books and all that stuff. Chris is gonna take the lead on that. But we all know that Sith Lordly cannot do a show without his Michelob Ultra. So
yeah,
that's a very important component as well. I forgot and you guys get sponsored, obviously, so I'm getting sponsored too by just recognizing that fact. Anyways, moving on. Chris, we got some important SoCal questions coming from Chris.
Nice.
Very important.
Northern California guy too, by the way.
Let's go.
Yes. All right. So Cali represent. I know it's a little different up our way, but much love to Southern Cali, LA. So I got some questions here for you. Just kind of testing, how LA, SoCal savvy you are, and where your loyalty lies, I guess to say. Are you ready for these?
I'm ready. Now, I'm going to put out a disclaimer, all right? So I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, so I'm a transplant to California, but I've been out here since 2006. I think I've been out here long enough. Yeah.
Some of these will apply.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Now you weren't around for some of this, at least locally, but I'm sure you didn't have to be. But you've been there for a while, soaking up the game. So let's just go into it. All right, here we go. Yeah, a lot of these are kind of like classic. I know folks our age, and being in the Bay, I was heavily influenced. I got to answer to all these too, but I'm gonna let you answer these. So
let's go.
First one. All right, you got to pick. These are all pick and choose answers too.
Okay.
All right. Reebok Cortezes or Converse All-Stars?
Oh, let's see. Reebok Cortezes.
I'm with you. Good answer. Good answer on that one.
Sorry, guys.
All right, here's a good one. I think this is anybody that was at least alive during this time has to remember this. Dog Pound or BG Knockout and Gangsta Dresta?
Oh, so that's some super local stuff. So being at a transplant, I'm gonna go dog pound. I'm gonna go LBC.
Okay. So
Got it.
you know the ruthless and death row beef, right?
Yeah.
So BG Knockout and Dressed Up were Easy
We're
E's
ruthless. Got it.
folks. Right. And they did that
yeah.
real Compton City G's.
Yeah.
And then Dog Pound came back. You know, what would you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
So I'm hip hop
Yeah.
enough where I know exactly what you're talking about. But out there on in the South, you know, we were down with Snoop and everything because he could just ride the beat and freestyle. You know, whenever they put him on the spot, he was ready to freestyle, and that's kind of how we, you know, took to the game like that, man. Yeah,
for sure. All right. So these are two local cats. This might be a tough one. Kendrick Lamar or Nipsey Hussle.
Ooh, so that's not hard for me. Like I said, I'm a hip hop head also. So I gotta go Nipsey, man. So I've been listening to Nipsey since day one. I also been listening to Kendrick since day one. But there was just something about Nipsey, man, that grabbed me a little more, you know. And then to watch his projection, man, his rise in the game, you know, because once Kendrick hit the game, he just boom, he blew up, dude. It just took off. So, you know, enjoy both of them, still ride and listen to both of them. But I don't know, something about Nipsey, man, it just stood out to me, dude. And he was always like one of my go-tos before he hit mainstream. So it's like I was riding to him, you know, before everybody was talking about him and everything. So yeah, that was always one of my new school artists that I would, you know, would have in my mix. So yeah.
All right, good stuff. All right.
This one you may be indifferent on. This next one.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Next three. But let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens.
I know you're probably like, I don't mess with any of those teams. Dodgers or Angels?
Oh no. So I mess with all of them. So all right, I'm gonna go Dodgers, but my heart lies in Atlanta, dude. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan.
See, I knew that.
Like, you know, so it's like, you know, my teams, you know, it's a tough way to go with the Atlanta teams, but you know what? The Braves won it once. Out of all the times we've been there, we won it once. So, you know, Atlanta Braves, but yeah, man, the Dodgers, once I moved out here, man, you know I'm down in Orange County, you know, with Anaheim, the Angels and everything, but yeah, I knew about the Dodgers beforehand, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I would pick on that one. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah. Hey, if you were a baseball fan in the 90s and you didn't at least enjoy watching the Braves every season, then
man, dude. Yeah,
even when they were beating up the Giants, man, that was tough.
Yeah. that was our team, man. And for them to pull it off that 1 year for us, you know, because we've been disappointed a lot in Atlanta.
For sure. All right. Next sport. How about Lakers or Clippers?
Oh, Lakers, man. So I'm an NBA head, so I love NBA basketball. You know, growing up, I see you.
By the way, the game is on right now. If we win 51, number one seed, guys.
I grew up around a lot of different players, so you know, my boy Jeff showing the Sixers hat right there. So I grew up Charles Barkley. I grew up Iverson, like back in college and everything. I watched the whole projection rise of Iverson.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Lakers all day, dude. Just the history, you know what I'm saying? The rivalry with Boston, you know, and for them to really pull it off the way that they do, and you know, all the different stars that have come out of there, going all the way back to like you know, Wilt and freaking Kareem and Magic and Kobe, Shaq, LeBron. We could go on, you know. So yeah, I'm Lakers, man.
This one's a tough one.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Stars, man, you just named them here. So Kobe or Shaq?
Ooh. So with this one, I'm going Kobe, man. I'm not gonna lie. In the very beginning, because I'm an older guy, you know, I was like, who is this kid that they're talking about? You know, coming out of high school, you know, it's like, why is he going on? What's going on? You know, and then I started watching Kobe, and you have to give that man his respect. And then just to watch the rise of Kobe and the, you know, how he changed the game. Because it's like, you know, I grew up a Jordan fan, you know, like a lot of people, you know, around our realm. But then, because, you know, to see him really pull it off, you know, you could tell he studied Jordan to the T and to pull off the moves and everything, but then put his own twist on it. You know, the man scored an 80-point game. So, I mean, I'm going to leave it right there, and I'm going to say Kobe all day. You know, can't take nothing from Shaq because, you know, they did it together, man. And Shaq was a freaking force, dude. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, Kobe, dog.
Oh, cool. All right, last one.
Hold
Last
on,
one.
I got to interject. As a
All right,
Philly
let's
fan, I'm definitely opinionated,
Let's
but
go.
I got to go Kobe as well.
Uh-huh.
Diehard Eagles fan.
Yep, because he's originally from Philly. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know the history and everything.
Same here,
And
yeah.
hey, they gave him a tough road when he would go home too, boy.
They would, but honestly, I think it was out of respect because what
It
he
was.
did, what he would always do in our building. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So many-
Yes, he would turn it on. He would put it
Yeah.
on the show. Yeah. Yep.
All right, good stuff. All right, last one here. This is St. Ives or Old English.
Oh man, so you all are taking me back. And you know, I used to be a different person, man. So you know, I was an OE guy. So,
Yeah, that's what's I'm talking about, man.
So I was there to partake, man. You know, I like I said, I grew up amongst the culture, dude, and that's what we had. And you know, OE came out before St. Ives. If the folks really know what's going on, you know. So yeah, I had my time. I had my time at the parties, you know. So
Yeah. I used to get the big
the
remember
40s?
the Jinko jeans? Remember the Jinko jeans that all
Oh
the
my
skaters
God.
wore? I used to get the Jinko jeans, tuck my pant legs into my socks,
Yeah.
and I used to go into the liquor. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you my criminal past. I used to go into the liquor store, drop a 40 in each pant leg. And the pockets, I used to drop another
They
one.
were that
like
big. That's right.
22s in the back pockets.
Yeah.
And be walking out like Charlie Chaplin, like this.
Jenko.
Crazy. Good times, man.
All right, here's the deal, man. This interview is going very well. Your chances they're looking really good to move on to become a guest co-host on Comic Book Ken.
All right.
But the next few questions are where it all counts right now.
Let's go.
This could make or break you. This could make or destroy you.
All right.
What we want to do here is Chris and I are pretty tight. I know him pretty well, right? It seems to me that you and Sith Lordly are pretty tight. You and Steve, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So this is how good do you know your co-host? Okay.
All right.
And by the way, audience members, thank you for sticking around. This whole segment hasn't been about comic books, but it's been getting to know Eric, right?
Yeah.
We appreciate that because we're going to get to Fresh to the comic Shop next, with or without Eric. Here we go. How well do you know Sith Lordly, a.k.a. Steve?
All right.
What is his favorite rapper?
Oh, come on. That's the easy one. We got Easy E. Like Chris was talking Ruthless Records, you know. Yeah. Sith is a diehard Easy E fan, man. He'll let you know it day in, day out.
That is correct. That is correct. All right, here we go. What's his favorite electronic band?
Oh, so his favorite electronic band. Let's see. Let's see, man. You might have put me on the spot right here. So I'm gonna go with. Gosh, I think we just had him on too. I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna be funny on this one. We're gonna say Linkin Park. And then people
definitely not it. Actually, I'm a little disappointed you did not know. Like I know. Yeah, I know Chris is a big Nine Inch Nails fan.
Okay.
That's how well I know my co-host.
Okay. All right.
It's Depeche Mode is his favorite electronic band.
Depeche Mode.
All right, you're one for two.
One for two.
Not bad.
Sorry, Sith, because I know he's out there.
What is?
Yeah, if he's white, man, you might.
Right here, Eric.
You might be grabbing some tissue right now.
Eric, this is easy. This has got to be easy. This is an easy one for you right here. This is seriously just throwing you a softball here. What's his favorite Cure song?
What's his favorite what?
Cure song, the band.
Cure song. Oh man, you guys are really stumping me with Sith.
You don't pretend. Shut up. You're messing with his favorite Cure song. Are you kidding me?
Man,
you all are really stumping me, man.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I can tell you Chris is right now. Boys don't cry.
Yep.
Oh man.
Justice, what's Tina Turner? What's love got to do with it?
Time out. You're messing with us. You are messing with us.
I'm not, man. Me and Sith, we don't really talk the rock and roll stuff, man. So
I know Jeff's favorite pair of underwear. I mean,
that's true. That's a true story. All right.
Hold up. To my defense, I'm gonna put you all in the live feed right now. Even Lady Sis said, "Oh man, I don't even know his favorite Cure song."
Sometimes though, sometimes you share different things with your wife and your friends. Okay. I'm just moving on. Here we go. It's a night like this. It's his favorite. It's his favorite Cure song. This is it. This is make or break for you, Eric. Make or break.
All right.
Where did he like to go river rafting as a kid?
Oh my God.
Shut up. We're totally. There's no way. There's no way. Chris, are you serious? Whose idea was it to bring him on as a guest co-host?
Man, you
Oh man, I warned you. I warned you.
On my own show over Spine Ticks, Doug.
You don't know.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me dig in the data banks, man. Oh my gosh, let's see. So favorite river rafting. Let's see. No, I know. Huh. Man.
This is embarrassing. In front of all of these people.
Let's say
there are 36 concurrents here. They're like, why are we here watching this?
I'm so stressed out. I'm so stressed out that I got my stress balls going because I'm like, man, this is bad. We might give. I mean, 52 episodes in, Jeff. This might be the end of us.
You're ruining us. You're ruining us. All right.
Let's say Big Bear.
No, it's
Lake Tahoe.
That's
hold up. I said it right when you said it.
No, you did not. No, you said Big Bear. All right, Eric, you're going to have to hold on for a second. Chris and I need to talk.
We got to talk.
Chris, I don't – this is really embarrassing. We should – honestly, let's bring somebody in that can help us out to help us decide what to do.
Surprise, bitches.
Lorley. Steve, should we continue on with Eric here?
I am dying back here, man. Bring him in, man. Bring him in. I am laughing. I'm having a great time, man. And the answer is BG knockout at Dresden. Right? You know, Easy E is my man, right? And I got the BG knockout brothers CD over there. I would have gotten it, but I would be digging. I would have had the vinyl, but it's $200, man.
This is too funny, dude. This is too funny.
We had to do it to you. You're too nice of a guy. We had to just do this to you.
Oh, man. It's so funny, man, because I'm a hip-hop head. I'm a rap guy. So, that's what me and Sid, we don't really talk about the rock stuff too much. Only certain ones. So that's so funny, dude. I'm over here texting for lifelines, and he's not helping me. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, Planet Arizona Comics, it's like watching someone bet everything on Final Jeopardy and having no idea what the answer is. Right. 100%. Look, we wanted to have fun with you. We wanted to get Steve in here, have a good time. So
I love it.
By the way, if you guys aren't following Spine Ticks, you all need to be following Spine Ticks. Steve, do you have anything you want to push for Spine Ticks that Eric didn't say?
First of all, I just want to say when you threw out the Easy E question and Eric's like, "Oh yeah, Easy E, come on!" Like, all right, these questions are easy.
Yeah.
And then where's the river raft? What's his favorite The Cure song?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, no, my man Eric he's killing it right up here, man. He said, I mean, I totally even forgot about that comic crawl we were trying to set up, bro. So that's probably because you drink less of these than I do, man. So yeah, I'm loving it. I just wanted to pop in real quick. Thanks for having our man Eric here. 750 subscriber giveaway tomorrow. We're gonna bring the heat. Yeah. And I'm just loving the show, and love the partnership, man. We're big comic book canon fans. So, and shout out to the chat, man. Everybody in the chat, we love you, Eric, bro. You're killing it, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
You were a great sport, Eric. Really appreciate that. It was fun. And I just need Steve to be here when we say this. You have made it. You're moving on to our guest co-host. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yo, and one more thing.
Thank you so much for your help with that. Really appreciate it. Now, here we go.
LA represent.
Yeah, the Raiders beat the Eagles in their first Super Bowl.
LA represent.
And the Kings beat the Flyers. No big whoop. But anyway, it was the Blackhawks. Anyways, all right. Steve, thank you so much for joining us. By the way, Steve will be a guest co-host, granted if he passes his interview, in July. We may have a surprise for him. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to give you some hard questions.
Azores like to fish. Yeah.
All right, Steve, you have a good one. We'll talk to you soon, man. We have to, Eric. I'm so sorry, man.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
We are going to move on here, guys, to our next segment. You guys all know and love because you guys each and every week are crushing it. You're crushing it. More and more submissions. We can't even keep up. We are doing our best. We don't turn anybody away. Chris, what is our next segment? What are we getting into?
Super duper fresh from the comic shop.
That is right. Fresh from the comic shop, fly from the pressing salon. We have each and every week, we ask all of you guys to submit your fresh gets, whether they be in the local comic shop, your LCS, whether they be AOKs, whether they be mail calls. They could be 2 days old. They could be 20 years old. It doesn't matter. If they're new to your collection and you want to show them off, it's as easy as this, guys. Easy as this. All you got to do is hit us up on Comic Book Canon. That's right. That's our Instagram. Comic Book Canon. Take a picture however you want. Submit as many as you want. We'll pick one. We can't do all because you guys are submitting a ton. Hit us up. Tag us at Comic Book Canon. Also use the hashtag Fresh from the Comic Shop, FFTCS, and show us your fresh gets. It's as easy as that, guys. It's as easy as that. I will remind you at least 2 more times before the segment ends. But we're gonna get right into it because these last long now. But it's a blast because you guys absolutely bring it each and every week. So first off, Eric, it's your turn because you are the guest of honor. What is your fresh get? Share it with us, please.
Just for you guys, I actually ran to the mailbox before the show, and we got the live mail calls just for you.
This is literally fresh.
This is literally fresh. So I know we said 3, so I'm going with this one that came in today.
Oh, okay.
And how fitting. We have Ravencroft Institute for the Criminally Insane #1, and I think everybody noticed this familiar picture in that trailer you guys showed earlier. So, and then I don't know if anyone remembered this, but we had an exclusive Strange Academy 1 preview in here too. So this is not a bad book to have pop in, which I did way before, they announced the trailer and everything. It just landed today. So
you are always on top of everything, whether they're Silver Age or moderns. But that's a good point. That book, I do believe Daredevil #17 was one of those Strange Academy previews. And there was one other book that I cannot remember, but those are really good pickups, especially Strange.
I think it was a Thor book too. I think it was a Thor book.
Yeah,
I can't remember which one. Maybe 3 or 4.
Somebody in the chat, maybe you guys can confirm that with us. But again, that's a really good pickup right there. Especially, I think more so not for the new Venom movie, more so for Strange Academy, to be honest.
Academy,
100%. All right, but we're gonna get into your guys' fresh gets right now. We have Artist-Proof Comics with Amazing Spider-Man #332. This cover is Eric Larson love. I really, really dig that one right there. We have Basement Brother Collectibles, found Avengers #66 at an antique store in East Florida. It's the first appearance of Ultron 6, the first mention of Adamantium, and the first appearance of Myron McClane, the inventor of Adamantium. That's going to be a big book too. That will be a big book once we get some Wolverine love. I can totally see them tying into this.
That's one of my favorites.
Foresee that. What's that, Eric?
That's one of my favorites right there. The first mention of Adamantium. Yeah.
Excellent book. Great pickup, Basement Brother Collectibles. Then we have Ben Grimm 520125. Nice. More keys to send to CGC. I mean, there's too many to go through right there. I know.
Wow. Loving those Strange Tales.
Hey, I'm getting ready to follow Ben Grimm right now, dude.
Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
It's Ben.Grimm 520. Yeah, he's got some good books each and every week. And Chris is on that Strange Tales trip, literally, figuratively, and physically. I guess he has the books.
Same here. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of Chris, your first fresh get of the week. What do you got?
All right. I got one fresh out of the bag. Pulled it out just to show you guys how pretty it is. It is a 12-cent Silver Age Marvel book. It's a little bit of a spec book because I think the storyline in this could play well into the MCU at some point. It is 2 characters. It features 2 characters that I have been heavily looking at simply because I believe they're going to make their debut in the MCU in the near future. This is one book out of a 2-issue story arc, and that's Fantastic Four number 58. This is the second book where 57 is the first, where Dr. Doom takes Silver Surfer's powers.
Fire.
Nice looking book. It's like a fine plus book. It has a little bit of writing right there, but that's okay. Really nice looking book, nice and glossy.
That's nice, man.
I'm still gonna. I pull books out of the bag to get them ready for a press, so that's why it's out of the bag. There's Doom on the board, on Silver Surfer's board.
Nice.
I've been looking at these 2 books. I still don't have 57, But I've been looking at them for a while. Finally got a good, decent grade and a good price. I'm still on the hunt for 57. Any of these Silver Age Fantastic Fours right now, man, though, especially if they feature either Galactus, Doctor Doom, or Silver Surfer, I think they are big pickups right now because those characters are bound to show up. In the
No
MCU
doubt, man. That's a nice pickup right there.
That was beautiful, dude.
Absolutely. It looks great, too. That cover looks really nice and glossy as well. Good pickup. All right, speaking of other good pickups here, we got Bob Lalonde. I just received from CGC. Can you believe I sent them away January 8th? Yeah, I absolutely
Oh,
did. Not a surprise at all. Not one bit. What is that? So we're talking over 4 months. That's actually pretty good. That's
I know it's not too bad right now.
Yeah. So congratulations on that, Bob Lalonde. It's a great book, though, by the way. Anyways, we have another Spider-Man book here. We have Butler Mike, 187, McFarlane's signature twice. It's his Grail. It is his Grail. Yeah.
Yo. Hold on. Keep that book up there.
Yeah.
Keep that book up there. This is who sent this in?
This is Butler Mike 187, aka Mike Butler, I do believe.
Oh, Mike. Okay. So I think Mike is going for hold on. I get it here in a minute. This is like the American Gigolo variant here. He got that American Gigolo effect. Y'all know what I'm talking about? No. He was like, nah, man, this ASM 300 is so sexy. I'm going with some Richard Gere American Gigolo.
Hold on, I got you. Oh, gosh, that is brilliant. Right there. Hold on, Chris.
Yep. I knew exactly what you were talking about.
Yes, Butler Mike, 100%. We're loving the lighting effects you have on there. Beautiful.
Sexy. Beautiful. That's sexy, man.
That CBCS right there, too.
But speaking of sexy, we have an announcement to make, actually, real quick before we get into, I think is it my turn or is it one more? Hold on. No, one more. But we have an announcement to make here. I just want to let everybody know that Chris is now, P. Keel, thank you for the heads up. Chris is now sponsored by Shave My Balls. True story. Shave My Balls. I got this in as the show was going live, so I couldn't put it in Photoshop, so sorry about that, but Chris is sponsored by Shave My Balls. Chris, do you have a comment? Okay.
You two want to hear something funny right quick? I got that same ad. Like, hey, you want to come be a
Yeah, man. Hey, look. When you get a private message about smooth balls, you know you're doing something good. You know you're doing something right.
I mean,
they reached out to me too. I was cracking up, dude. I thought
congratulations, guys, on that. Congratulations on that. Anyways, moving on. Charlie and Chuck. I do believe Charlie Kirkland. Nice, Amazing Spider-Man. I do believe this is some sort of a collection book. I'm not quite sure what it is, but nice book there, Charlie Kirk. She's in the chat, I do believe. All right. Moving on, we got my fresh get of the week, guys. I have been so busy. I did not make it to my local comic book shop. I have not been able to dig for new books. I don't have any kind of Silver Age or anything like that. But I did get my shipment from TFAW. I've been waiting for probably for 2 or 3 months. So these are going to seem a little like old, but I'm glad I got them. Here we go. So I love the series. I actually got the glow-in-the-dark cover, which is a better cover, but I forgot I ordered this, but this is Geiger #1. I love this series.
Yeah,
I got to pick it up from my local comic shop. I got issue #2 coming my way. Hopefully I'll get that tomorrow or the next day. But I finally got a first print book. Gary Frank's art, incredible. Absolutely. I just love Gary Frank's art. So that is one of my fresh gets, my first fresh get of the week. Moving on, guys, with our favorite segment. Hey, Chris, I think we should remind everybody how to do this. How about you do it, Chris?
Pull me up. Pull me up. Pull me up big. Pull me up. Go on Instagram. You go on Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram account, you got to make one. You make an Instagram account. You take a little picture on something that looks like this. It's called a smartphone, right? You take a picture of a book. You get a book. You set it down. You take the picture. Make sure you get the title, Put on some sexy American Gigolo effects if you want. Right? And then before you post it, you can type in some words, and you want to type this right here, #FFTCS, right? And not only do you want to add that, but you can also tag us at
Hold on. Got it.
There it is, at Comic Book Canon.
Yeah.
And then post it on the Instagram, and we will see it. We will get your submission, and it will be shown off on our show. Yeah, if you post more than one, you know, we get so many. We're going to pick at least one, though, but we appreciate all your guys' submission every week, and it's that easy.
And that reminder is sponsored by Shave My Balls. You can find him Shave My Balls at Chris's website. Moving on to some more fresh gets here. We got Comic Ozzy. Guys, don't hit us up with stories or whatever it is. It's going to get missed because it only lives for 24 hours. We will not see it. Please don't do it this way. Luckily, Comic Ozzy, I did see it, but Warlock #1, and I think it says it may be something, it may be nothing. I wonder where he got that from, Chris.
This guy is my best friend.
Comic Ozzy.
I'm telling you, stop hogging them all, though. Stop hogging all the books. I need more.
Some of them have to go to Chris. That's right. All right, we got Cover Junkie Comics. This, honestly, this guy loves Dr. Doom and everything with Dr. Doom. As he says, hashtag FFTCS on a beautiful Saturday. Nothing beats a gorgeous Doom cover. I agree. I really dig this cover. A nice Dazzler book. And this one, honestly, man, this one goes out to you, Eric, even though it's not from you, but this is from DC the Mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had a ton of new books. As he said, like, he literally, it was like so many good books to choose from. I decided to go with this one, though. This is only half the haul this past week. First half of the latest scores to come in the mail from a local shop. Yeah. Gotta love finding these books in the wild, going for 2 weeks in a row to be chosen on fresh from the comic shop. You did it, DC the Mechanic. Thank you so much for sending that in. We greatly appreciate it because we love sharing your books as well. But let's have Eric share his. Eric, what do you got for your second fresh get of the week?
So this is where I get to redeem myself, you know, just for you guys. Another straight from the mailbox.
All right.
So, super fresh.
All right.
We have Marvel Premiere featuring Doctor Strange #10, Master of the Mystic Arts. So this is some Bronze Age goodness for you all. So this is the first appearance of Shuma Gorath. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the Lords of Chaos. So this is one to pay attention to. And then this was the death of the Ancient One. Doctor Strange, you know, had to kill the Ancient One to vanquish Shuma Gorath. And also, this is where Doctor Strange becomes Sorcerer Supreme after the Ancient One sacrificed himself to give his powers to Doctor Strange. So this is an awesome book. I've been hunting for a nice copy of this one. So, you know, I had to come with the heat knowing I was going to be on a Comic Book Canon with Chris and Jeff. You know, I got to come with my goodness right here. So this is a nice 20 center, nice Bronze Age. So there we go.
Listen, Mr. X-Men #1, you always got the heat, man. You always got it. And I honestly didn't know the significance of that book, but there's a lot going on in that book.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah. That's literally where he becomes the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes.
That's literally where the Ancient One dies.
Yep.
And it sounds like that's a character that could eventually end up in some Doctor Strange or
it possibly could.
That's a great pickup, a great mention right there. That's a good call. Everybody should be listening to Eric, aka Azorius Tigers from Spine Ticks, guys. If you are not following Spine Ticks, shame on you. It's as easy as just going to their website. They take you straight to YouTube and hit subscribe. That easy, people. All right, moving on to some of more of your fresh gets. We have Disney Family Collectibles. We got those are some nice books here. Fresh from the comic shop. Got these beautiful slabs today. The Eternals teaser, though, hotness, fire emoji. Love my Star Wars too. Already had #1 and now #2. Nice books there. Disney Family Collectibles. One of my favorite names. This guy's been participating the last few weeks. Really, I believe he's from the UK, but we got some heat here. These are definitely some books that are going to start climbing. We got some Venom books from Flap Slap Jr., some fresh Venom pickups. Well, he says the CGC first host says loving this cover. Looking forward to Venom 2. I love that cover right there.
Me too, man. That is awesome.
I don't know who did that. I would like if somebody in the chat knows who did that. That is a beautiful cover. Yeah. Another one. I don't know what cover this is. It's Superior Spider-Man from Gus 420 and X. That's a beautiful Midtown variant. I do believe it's a 9.8. Thank you for sending that in, but I need some more information. I don't know what number that is. Do you guys know?
Let's see. I can't even see it on there. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, Gus, thank you so much for sending that in. We greatly appreciate that one. Guys, here, hold on. Geek Driven, rumored to be one of the villains in Doctor Strange 2. Who was that again, Eric, in your book?
That was Shuma Gorath. Gorath, yeah, on the Marvel premiere featuring Doctor Strange number 10.
Yeah, I would definitely keep an eye on that book. Eric knows his stuff. Chris, you know your stuff too, man. What do you got for your
he does.
Second fresh game of the week?
So I was, I made a purchase off of Facebook Marketplace. It's really hit or miss with folks on Facebook Marketplace, man. You get a lot of people just asking crazy stuff, and I'm like, okay. Just because it's a comic book doesn't mean it's worth $1,000, right? But this guy, I saw the listing, and he shipped. He wasn't local. He shipped, and he had a lot of Batman stuff, and he was like $1. You know how people will list something, especially on Facebook Marketplace, and they'll put $1, but you go into the listing and they have all these different books, and it's like $540, $230, and they just put $1 just to like put a random number out there and drag in.
Yeah.
So I see the pictures, and I'm like, he's charging $1 for $1 each for these books. And I asked him, are these really $1? He was like, yep. So I pulled out my CLZ app and was like, seeing which ones I don't have. I'm like, give me, because I was trying to get them. I'm like, I know those are worth more than $1. So I got a twofer. I hope I'm not cheating too much, but I got Batman 426 to 429.
Oh, nice.
The Death in the Family tie-in.
Oh,
very high grade. Probably more like the bags are horrible. Near mint minus conditions. Couple spine ticks on each, but for $1 each, man.
Yeah, that's a win. That's a super win. Those are the classic covers too.
Yep, newsstand.
Those are Mike Mignola covers.
Beautiful. Yep. I'll show you guys one. I'll show you how real quick. Clean. These bags are nasty old polyethylene bags.
Well, that's you paid $1 for those books, so
$1 each. Look at this.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
Beautiful. Those are newsstand too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You may have mentioned that. I wasn't paying attention.
Black covers. Just beautiful.
That's a great freaking get, man.
Wow.
Fantasy World Games. I'd buy that for $1. Good one. Well played.
All day.
Yes.
Well played. All right, moving on. You know what else is well played? These guys here that have sent us in their beautiful, beautiful books. We got Hanging with Spidey. Today's fresh from the comic shop is Doctera number 3. Such a dope cover. Those covers are amazing. I had the glow in the dark for the first issue. I have not read it yet. I have heard nothing but good things here. Good friend here, Ian, a.k.a. the Hood Rat. He's got some fresh gets here as well. We got ENIAC number 3, Whalesville. I said that's a Department of Truth. I'm not sure what's next to the Department of Truth or on the other side there either. But Ian, man.
It looks like an ice cream man.
Oh, yeah.
Department of Truth. And then you got one of those new silk covers.
It is silk.
Yeah.
You're right. Good call.
Yeah.
Those are some nice gets there, Ian. Good job, buddy.
Yeah,
and then
Ian's
we have
always coming with it.
E. Marvell.
Nice.
Honestly, man. E. Marvell. I told him I've never seen this before, but this is Joker and the Mask, number 4. It's he's still looking for 1 to 3. They're hard to find in good condition. This bad boy's getting boxed up and sent to CGC Comics for grading, along with a few others later. I've never seen this book before ever. It fascinates me though.
Yeah, I haven't either.
But yeah, nice get. E. Marvell, great name. Get it? Marvell, E. Marvell. I love it. All right, I'm not going to do that anymore. All right, guys. Here's another get I got from TFAW shipment. This is a variant. Star Wars: The High Republic number 4. The Francis. Nice. The Lionel Francis Yu cover. Yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful cover right here.
Yeah, it is.
All his work is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I do believe he did Super Crooks with Mark Millar, which I think is going to be an animated series for Netflix. You guys saw Jupiter's Legacy, which was whatever. But I'm. Anyways, I digress. This is about.
That's an awesome book right there.
Anyways, moving on. You know what else are awesome books? these books coming up here we got from Into Oblivion. He sent us a bunch, but this is on point for me. Eric, I want to know your feelings. So I know Chris, every time I bring it up, Chris he doesn't say one thing or the other. But Firepower number 12 or number 11.
Wow.
I love the series, guys.
Yeah.
He says one of the best series. The best series are the ones no one is really talking about. Look what happened to Invincible. It was slept on forever. He also says, love your show. I don't miss it every week. Got yourself a fan. Really appreciate that. Invincible one on YouTube. Thank you so much for saying those kind of words. Again, we do this. We enjoy doing this. This is hanging out with you guys each and every Friday. But, man, I love the series as well. You got yourself a reading buddy in Firepower. We also have here.
Yeah.
Yep. We all know what this is right here. Marvel Man 616. He got a 9.4 ASM 361. I mean,
nice.
Pretty good. And Matt's bad, man. Matt's a regular here. Matt, we love you, man. But unfortunately, you're the second guy with this book here. Granted, it's not signed by McFarlane twice, but finally, CGC had this since October.
Oh.
October. He got it this week. I predicted a 9.0, so to see a 9.4, very happy. Congratulations, Matt. As we really are glad to hear that you got a great grade on that. Eric, man, it's your turn. This is your last fresh get of the week. What do you got? You've impressed so far. Okay.
So
I expect the same.
So we did some modern. We did some bronze. So now I have to bring some silver. And once again, this is fresh out the mailbox just for you guys. You all exclusive. You all have seen it before. Spine Ticks.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Exclusive.
I had to bring the fire for you too, man. So we have Avengers number 53. The Avengers versus the X-Men. Some silver goodness. This is the first time you had a crossover by X-Men on the Avengers book. And this is actually some Roy Thomas and John Buscema goodness right here.
Oh, I mean, come on. This is going to happen on the big screen. I mean,
nice 12 center.
It's going to happen.
It has to.
No doubt. And that book is just going to skyrocket. That's a great book. I want to look. Let's see that cover again. That is a beautiful cover. John Buscema?
John Buscema, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Classic artist as well. Good pickup, man. Honestly, you never disappoint. And by the way, Eric always participates in Fresh from the Comic Shop. It's as easy as this. Hashtag FFTCS on Instagram or tag us on Comic Book Canon on Instagram as well. It's as easy as that, guys. We'll show your fresh gets. And speaking of your fresh gets, we're moving back on to guys. This one, I mean, come on. Here we go. You ready for this 80s goodness? We talked about, what did we had? We had G.I. Joe, He-Man. Yep. Now we got this.
Nice. Yeah, classic.
Matt Katz, 910. Thundercats #1 newsstand. That's a great fresh get, Matt Katz. Really great fresh get. Moonlit Comics, a.k.a. Michelle. She's a favorite. I know she follows you guys, Spine Ticks.
Yeah.
She's just you just awesome having you involved in the show each and every week as well. This is some 90s goodness, and I remember when this book came out and the frenzy behind this book. I know you both will remember this right here. Moonlit Comics, as she says, showing some DC love tonight with this absolutely epic dollar find. Robin #1, January 1991, first printing. Part 1 of a 5-issue limited series includes a poster by Neil Adams and Joe Sciatino. I mean, look at that. That is just classic 90s for me. Like, for me, that's synonymous with the 90s, and that was a big, big book. This is not a big book here. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
That book is gotten some value under it, and I had a couple copies, and my son loves Robin. And some years back when he was younger, I just let him have it, and unfortunately, they are beat up and ripped up at this point. But hey, it's all good.
It is all good. Maybe Moonlit Comics will give you hers. Sorry.
Hey, she's got an awesome collection, man.
She does. Yeah, absolutely. It seems like she's getting amazing books each and every week. Yep. This book has got a lot of buzz. It's not a huge book, but it's an indie book, and this is sent in from Nerds Being Geeks. We got The Girl Walked Home Alone at Night #1. This is the second print. As he says, not sure if I should be upset by how fast I read through this issue or be impressed that they told a story with so little dialogue. Either way, it was interesting. And now on the hunt for issue 2. Guys, check out Nerds Being Geeks YouTube channel for all his comic book hauls. Yeah, this was real. This was on the top 10 list a few months ago,
Yeah.
Chris. I remember us covering that.
Yep.
That's a great pickup. Chris, you have a great pickup too. What is your third and last fresh
All
get of the week?
Yeah. So my last fresh get, I do want to make an announcement here. I hit up a local comic book shop when I was hitting the road this last week, and I stopped in this spot. I picked up a lot of Boom titles, a lot of Boom #1s, and I read them, and I'm like, Boom is really doing some stuff right now. So if you guys are looking for some good reads, look to Boom, man. I was gonna show some of those off because I wanted to talk about how well I thought the stories were, but then I got this Batman collection that I just showed off. These few books, right? The Death in the Family. So I said, you know what? I cannot not show these other books off as my third pick. Now, here's the interesting thing. No lie. I bought 20 books off this guy for $1 each. It was $15 shipping. Okay. I already showed you the Death and Family books. All these books are like near mint. And I get the package and I'm looking at them like, wait a minute. This is more than I ordered. And I counted them. There was 25 books.
Wow.
He gave me 5 extra books.
That's so cool.
And I'm going to kind of cheat, but it makes sense. I'm going to show off 3 here as my last pick. One of them is 2 copies, but they tie in. He threw these in for free, near mint.
Oh, get out of here. For
Wow.
Yep. Batman 404. This is Frank Miller, you know, the year one, #1. Near mint. And he threw in 2 copies of which one is this? Is year 2. This is 4. Yeah, the next year 4 or 5.
Wow.
free? Dude, those are
Near
iconic.
mint.
Those are iconic.
Wow.
Like, I'm not making this up. I'm like,
that is super sweet. Excellent.
I went back and I
That's
looked
weird.
because, you know, I sent him the message on Facebook Messenger and listed out everyone that I wanted. I'm like, so I went back and looked. So I'm like, which ones didn't I order? And I'm like, 404, 405. Nope, those aren't there. And he just,
wow, man, that's a great haul. That's very kind of that whoever that seller was. Good on them. Good on all you guys for your next fresh gets here. We got NM Comics. The first appearance of Nova, Richard Rider, MCU. Here we come? ? He says this goes well with my 9.8 Marvel .1 first appearance of Sam Alexander, the new Nova that I posted a while back. Didn't see that post, but we're glad you got this book because Nova is coming to the MCU. There is no doubt about that at all. That is a great pickup. We got Nukes Comics. Thank you so much, Nukes Comics, each and every week. So many for us to choose from. We greatly appreciate that as well. Here we have, as he says, I'm sorry, I am lost here. Where Nukes Comics had something to say about this, and I don't know where it is. I must have forgot to put it in here. Anyways, I mentioned, I got to be honest with you guys, I'm not into this story overall. I have this issue. The art is incredible. The cover is incredible. And a lot of people are liking it. Me personally, I didn't. We both agreed to each his own, and we moved on. Raw Dog Comics. Look at this. Fresh get. Very welcome additions to the PC. Some little birds told me about the Warlock book. You might say I've got these issues locked in, Chris. You're just having respect all over the world there, man.
Those are awesome.
All right, my last fresh.
Deathlock too.
My last fresh get of the week, another TFAW delivery. This is Joker #2, Federici's, the Federici cover. I mean, look at that is just ridiculous. I mean,
it is.
Punchline, like Chris, you as the artist here, what are your thoughts on this cover?
Man.
My thoughts are I could go 2 ways with this. One, it's not done. Right? As somebody that does pencil work, I look at that and I say it's not done. But the thing that you got to understand with comic books is comic book, when they do the pencil sketch, they don't full on detail because the colorists actually in the digital age take care of a lot of the depth that's added. So that's just a little tip there. So it looks absolutely amazing. I absolutely love pencil. The thing that I love when I look at pencils like this, the 2 things that pop out for me is one, eyes always, and hair. If an artist can do smooth, clean hair, they get an A on my list.
Well, that's an A right there, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a nice. That was very, Very happy with this pickup right there. Anyways, that is my last fresh get of the week, but we're not done, guys. We have more fresh gets here. We're going to check out and comment on. Shadow Rat. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so are you two more DC or Marvel?
I'm going to answer for Chris, and Chris is going to answer for me. Ready?
Well, all right.
Chris is more Marvel.
Okay.
Marvel.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're both more Marvel.
I saw Chris was cheating a little bit, and I did have one extra book that I had prepared for you two.
Oh, go for it. Honestly, you're the guest.
I know a lot of people say I'm not a DC guy, but I wanted to show them like it's more to my collection that they have seen.
Let's see it.
And I actually reached out to one of your former guests, Reggie Collects, and I was able to order something from him that I wanted to show for you two, to kind of mix it all up. Former guests, fresh from the fresh gets, and we have Swamp Thing right here, and this is a cameo appearance of Constantine.
Oh, nice!
Yeah, this is the first appearance of a first cameo appearance of Constantine. So
it's the first time they teamed up or met or what have you.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
it's a cameo on this one. So I reached out to Reggie. I saw it on the store, grabbed it. I said, "Oh, this would be a good one to show for these guys." And this is number 25.
That's a beautiful book.
Saga the Swamp Thing. So yeah, I just wanted to show there's no DC hate over here. We got DC too.
Here's the deal. We don't hate on DC. I think we do hate on what the DCU, EU, or WB has done with DC.
Yes.
They haven't done a good job in our opinion, and we love these characters, and we want to see them do a good job. We love the characters.
Because of all of that, now is a good time to get your DC keys.
Yep.
You were right, because if they finally get it going and get something, granted, I don't have any faith they will, because all the stuff they've been talking about in the past 6 months, contradicting each other, just not making any sort of sense whatsoever of what they want to do, where they want to go, et cetera, et cetera. We'll see. But you're right, though. Now's a good time to pick these books up of these characters we all love, we all grew up with, and hopefully somebody can put the same love they put into the MCU that they do into DC. Anyways, but this is fresh from the comic shop, not a rant on DC, so we're gonna get back to it. I'm not yelling at you, Eric. I'm just very passionate.
Hey, I love the energy.
I'm just very
trying to bring it too.
All right, because we want to bring Shadow Rat here, man. Shadow Rat, he got some nice books here. New from the comic shop this week. He says Van Helsing, Steampunk One Shot, Green Lantern 1 and 2, and Spawn 317. Shadow Rat, thank you so much as always for sending him in. This is one of Chris's favorites. Sicilian Comics, 1998. You just bring the heat as well.
Oh, wow.
I forgot to put what you wrote down on that, and that's my bad. But this is obviously an early Captain America Falcon book, which we all love.
First appearance of Baron Zemo.
Oh, is that what it is? Yes.
Yep.
That is what it is. And then another UK audience member, Union Josh Comics. Nice. He's got here's the Thunderbolts 110, the first appearance of the new roster: Venom, Songbird, Penance, Swordsman, Norman Osborn, Bullseye, and Radioactive Man. Loved the run during Civil War. It was a good take on the villains working for the government. And I mean, there's a good possibility we may see some Thunderbolts in the MCU as well. They've left a lot of doors open, and I'm all for it. I am all for it. All right, moving on. We have another regular who we know and love. Eric, you are going to love this book. I guarantee you right here.
Yes.
Tales of Suspense. Vinny is on to something here. Tales of Suspense, number 45. The first appearance of Pepper Potts and Happy Hogan.
Yes.
Some Marvel, he says some chipping on the cover, but in my opinion, a very underrated and undervalued book, especially with Armor Wars coming. Pepper does have her own suit and also runs Stark Industries. Who knows if we'll see Pepper Potts again in the MCU? It's possible, but that's, 100%. That is a key book. No doubt.
Yes.
No doubt. All right, guys, we have two more left here. Awesome. Ways Comics, or Ways Comics, Amazing Spider-Man number 93. Is this the first appearance of the Prowler? I'm not quite sure.
No.
It's not? Okay. But it's a great cover right there.
That's a great, it is.
Beautiful.
Awesome cover.
Beautiful cover. And then we have Zach Attackery. The three of us are absolutely going to appreciate this. Because, I know, Eric, you're not a diehard Spider-Man fan, but we are. But you are a diehard, NBA fan. And, come on. Today. I'm irrationally stoked about this one. It's a perfect crossover of my interests. Look at that cover. I absolutely
awesome.
It's like they're getting us ready for a video game right there.
Totally. It's going to be amazing. I loved it. Anyways, guys, this is an excellent fresh from the comic shop this week. We're going to say this one more time, what you need to do each and every week. That's right. Each and every week, we will pick your fresh gets, but all you have to do is hashtag FFTCS. I'm going to bring it up for you. FFTCS, fresh from the comic shop, and tag us at Comic Book Canon on Instagram. We will show your fresh gets each and every week. We'll only do one. I know you love sending in a ton. We're going to pick one of them and put it up there. We promise we don't turn anybody away. If we don't have yours up there, you did send one in, we missed it, and we apologize, and we move on, and you do it again the next week. So anyways, thank you so much. That was fresh from the comic shop. I do have an announcement to make. Tom Tormey, our good friend Tom Tormey, Cosmic Comic History. He's had some family issues he's had to deal with the past 2 weeks. He's okay. His family is okay, but he has not been able to get to our Cosmic Minute, which we do each and every week. Hopefully we'll see another one next week. But guys, hit him up. Tell him you love him at Cosmic Comic History. Tell him hello. Just say what's up on Instagram. He'll definitely appreciate that. Man, this has been an amazing show, but it's not over yet. It is absolutely not over. We're really Dan wants me to drop and give 20. Chris, you got this? You got it? You can take lead?
He said you missed him on Fresh from the Comic Shop.
Yeah.
I did. No, I did. Holy no, but time out. Fresh from the Comic Shop is not over, guys, because we have Dan De La Torre right here. Oh, I added it late. Woo, that was bad. This week's Fresh from the Comic Shop is some Golden Age goodness. Oscar Comics number 10, April 1949. Check out the early Marvel Comics logo on the cover. Dan, I am so sorry. I almost missed it. But that is a fresh get right there.
That's
Dan, tell us
amazing.
where you got that one from. That is beautiful.
That's amazing.
Beautiful book. 1949, everybody. Beautiful book. Sorry about that, Dan. Anyways, I'm not going to give the whole ramble again about what you need to do, but just do it for Fresh from the Comic Shop. But as I said, Cosmic Minute will not be here this week. Hopefully we'll get one next week. Tell Tom Tormey you say hello at Cosmic Comic History. He'll be happy to see you all there. All right, moving on. Chris, this is something we do each and every week. It's some people's favorite segments. I think, Eric, you know what's up. You know what we're going to do right now, don't you?
That's right.
You do. It is the top 10 hottest comics of the week based off of cover prices data. That is right. Real data used to tell us what the top 10 hottest comics are based off of sales, not speculation. Like, oh, well, this one seems to be hot this week because of this, and this is going on. No, sale, data. This is what people are buying. These are the hottest comics. It's that easy. We are not sponsored by Cover Price, but we use Cover Price almost like a stock index, telling us what's what. And right now, I am going to read off the top 10 hottest comics of the week. But after that, Chris gives us his 3 most interesting picks from this list. That's right, his 3 most interesting picks. Here we go with the top 10 hottest comics of the week. At number 10, you have Batman Fortnite 0.1. This has been on this list probably 2 or 3 weeks now, as well as this next one. At number 9, we have Black Widow. Number 6, the first appearance of Marigold. Number 8, we have Conan the Barbarian. Number 24, first full appearance of Red Sonja after that casting, the woman who played Ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp. It will be Red Sonja. At number 7, we have Batman Fortnite 0.0, the second print. At number 6, we have Secret Wars, Secret Love 1, second print. I'm not sure what is so special about this book, but I do see a lot of people grabbing this one. At number 5, we have Marvel Comics Presents number 72, classic. Weapon X storyline, Barry Windsor Smith. Love the art. Number 4, we have Something is Killing the Children. Number 1, the 2020 LCSD foil cover. I mean, Something is Killing the Children is hot these days. Guys, these were available in all the shops, 5-6 months ago. Shame on you for not picking it up. At number 3, Batman Fortnite 0.0. Number 2. At number 2, we have Mighty Avengers number 1. This is where Monica Rambeau becomes Spectrum, or she first uses that name. And at number 1, Carnage Black, White, and Blood number 3. This is the Kevin Eastman 1 in 25 variant. Chris, this is an interesting list this week. What do we got as your top 3 most interesting picks?
Yeah, really interesting. I almost went and threw that Marvel Comics Presents 72 back on here for the 3rd week in a row. Big ups to that book, but I didn't. So let's to my top 3. So my 3rd pick, I had to go with Conan the Barbarian, number 24. So basically, we had an announcement of casting this last week that sparked some unneeded controversy, to say the least, but I won't get into that. Actress Hannah John Kamen has been cast to play Red Sonja in a live action feature. It's not going to be connected to Marvel Studios, obviously, nothing like that. But this book, issue 24, more controversy, is considered the first full appearance of Red Sonja, although she does make her first cameo appearance in issue 23. But, and I won't go down the rabbit hole of this, but I'll give you guys a little context, and then you guys could go, lose sleep tonight doing your own research. If you actually read both stories, okay, and count panel appearances and word bubbles, both of these appearances are very, very similar, and it's caused a lot of controversy because a lot of folks say, well, look, they're like the same, so why is it 23 a first full appearance? I have my own personal opinion about, on that, but I'll leave you with that. Like I said, go lose some sleep tonight, okay? This book, obviously, with the announcement, has gotten real hot. We had a 7-day trend of a 339% increase in sales, with the high sale for CGC 9.4 hitting $1,100. So that's big. This book has already been picking up steam over time. The one thing that I do want to say about this casting call and about the controversy is that a lot of folks were upset because they see Red Sonja as a white character, when in actuality, Red Sonja is indeed Persian. She is a Persian character. So, and also another thing is that the actress Hannah John Kamen, who is a mixed ethnicity, black and white, actually has auburn tint hair, which many biracial individuals have. So that's all I'll say about that. I'm happy about the casting. I'm happy that this book is getting some love. This is a book that I've been looking at for a long time that I never picked up, and now I'm just like, man, I should have did it.
Yep. Same here.
Right.
I've never been into Conan. I've never been into Red Sonja, but I'm happy properties like this are getting picked up and the excitement continues. I think it's bullshit, the controversy and all this other, whatever. But you know what? It's whatever. I hope it's a great movie. Honestly, I hope it brings more light on this character. I hope it brings more light into Conan's world as well. Granted, I don't think Marvel owns Red Sonja as a property anymore, or is licensed. I'm not sure about that, but I don't think that's the case. Anyways, moving on though, Chris, what is your second most interesting pick from this top 10 list? What do you got?
Yeah, again, this was a tough one. This is the number one pick, but it's not my number one. It's my number two, and that's Carnage, Black, White, and Blood. Number 3, the Kevin Eastman 1 in 25 variant. I picked this book first off because it's Kevin Eastman. I'm a huge Ninja Turtle fan. Kevin Eastman's art is so unique, in my opinion, and there's just no one like him out there. I really appreciate this guy, and I had to throw this on the list mainly for that reason, because I tell you guys, I don't just pick these lists. I don't pick the top 3 and just do my 3 as the top 3. I don't pick them just because they're the hottest ones selling. I find different reasons to talk about these books. Kevin Eastman rarely does work outside of his Ninja Turtle stuff. So to see him do a Marvel book like this is really, really awesome. I also heard some controversy. Now, I don't have all the context, but I heard that a lot of the stores that had ordered to receive this book didn't get it. So it forced this book. It's already a 1 in 25. It forced this book almost to be more scarce than it should have been. So basically, this book was going for $53 in a high raw grade over this last week since the release. A 530% increase in sales, very sought after. I personally saw a lot of people, showing it off and on their Instagrams, talking about it on social media. Other people that said, "Oh, my store was supposed to get it, but they didn't. Where can I find this book?" So it's definitely picked up steam and made number 1 on the list. That increase in sales was just over a 500% increase. That's pretty amazing. So it just goes to show you, I think, Eastman has a really strong following, and like I said, seeing this artist do something for Marvel like this is very, very rare. So people really jumped on that opportunity.
It's definitely rare. Like as you said, he rarely does anything outside of Turtles, and like to see him do something like this, like Carnage, that's just awesome. And good on you people, whoever picked that up. I think that's definitely going to be a highly sought after issue for a long, long time.
Yeah.
All right, your third most interesting pick.
I'm getting some water.
Go for it. You deserve it. You deserve that.
Before I go into number one.
Here we go.
All right.
Actually, number one, but it's your third, whatever. Anyways, go ahead.
It's my number one. That's what I was just saying, right? Like my number one. I don't care what number one is on the list. I'm making my own rules. So man, I put this book at number one for a few reasons. I'm just excited about it. I think it's been in my top 3 picks a couple times over the last few months because it's been in and out of the top 10. I'm loving this character right now. I'm loving the actress that's playing the character in the MCU. So my book is none other than Mighty Avengers number 1. This is the first appearance of Monica Rambeau as Spectrum. So I actually have my copy sitting next to me over here somewhere. One of 2 copies. I got it out to give it a nice press. Was thinking about sending it off to CGC. But the thing is, when we knew Monica Rambeau was going to show up in the series WandaVision, we had seen her as a little girl in Captain Marvel. That's all we knew. I talked about both the Spectrum and the Photon books for Monica Rambeau. And then once we got her in the show and we saw that her mom took the mantle of Photon, Jeff, you and I both have been talking about, man, Spectrum. So what did we get recently? I believe last week, right? We got the Marvels. We got the teaser. We got the Marvels announcement. And we got the Spectrum logo in the Marvels title image. And now, for those that don't know, Marvels is the title for the Captain Marvel 2 film. So what does this kind of hint at? That she's going to be taking the mantle of Spectrum. Now, here's the thing. Let me talk about the numbers first, and then I'm going to do a final say on where I think Monica Rambeau is going in terms of the MCU. 7-day trend, 162% increase in sales. 182% increase in sales. And again, this book was already getting hot. Check this out, though. This book keeps making moves. A CGC 9.8, $350. Solid, because now I'm really thinking about sending mine in. Don't know if it's going to get a 9.8. Maybe a 9.6. Who knows? All right. Here's my thing. This is my theory. You guys let me know what you think, too. I do believe that Monica Rambeau is going to be Spectrum in the Marvels film. We know that Miss Marvel is going to be there. Kamala Khan is going to be there. We know Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel is going to be there. Jeff, I've talked about this with you before. Monica Rambeau was addressed as Captain in almost every single episode of WandaVision. Captain. Not anything else, just Captain.
Yeah.
I don't think they did that on accident. Marvel is very subtle at doing things. All right? We got the movie named Marvels. Now, okay, well, you could take the obvious to say, well, there's more than one Marvel, and they're all going to be in the film. But I'm sorry, I got to go a little deeper because I know Marvel does this. Why? There's another reason, in my opinion, that the Captain is taken out of Carol Danvers' next movie. They're not, Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan are still going to be supporting cast, in my humble opinion. It's still Carol Danvers' film. So why is Captain taken out? All right? Because I honestly believe that multiple things are going to happen here. Get your spec pencils out. No, don't do that. Because I'm never one to sit and tell you. This is just my humble opinion. Don't go buy a book just because I'm speculating on something. This is what's going to happen. Captain Marvel that we know of, Carol Danvers, first off, something's going on between her and Monica. We got hints of that in WandaVision. Something is going on between them. I think that's going to play a role. But then I think an antagonist is going to come in and play a role. Something's going to happen to Carol Danvers. Something is going to happen to Carol Danvers. And while Monica Rambeau is Spectrum, she's going to take the Captain Marvel mantle. And then maybe not in this next film or right away. And then Carol Danvers is going to come back as Binary.
Binary.
Woo! That's
Now-
lofty. Those are wow. That's lofty right there. That is lofty.
And I brought this up. On a video and I have people commenting. Well, she's already gone binary in the MCU. Well, you think about it when she glows and she punches through Thanos' shit. Okay, technically her powers are similar to the binary powers. But if you read the comic books, binary isn't just a power. Carol Danvers goes through something and like loses her humanity and becomes this almost different entity by being binary. I think that is what's going to happen to Carol Danvers in the MCU. And then the thing I didn't mention here, and what's going to be a catalyst to making all this happen, Rogue.
Oh yeah, Jay Ward brought that up too. Shout out,
Man,
Jay Ward.
I hope so. That would be so awesome.
So much, man.
So awesome.
That would be amazing. But here's the deal. Like, honestly, these names are pretty subjective to a point because, yes, it was a Captain Marvel film, but she was never called Captain Marvel in the film. Not once did anybody address her as Captain Marvel. Right? So if Monica becomes, I don't know, man. I like your theory here, but I don't see it happening. I think Carol Danvers will be leading the Avengers at some point soon, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
I really do.
As well.
I don't think she's going to hit binary, becoming this otherworldly being of some sort. I think that I do think that she will be just who she is. I don't know, will they ever call her Captain Marvel? I don't think so. I see it more likely that Monica Rambeau will be Spectrum. And again, that's just our speculation here, guys. We're not telling you go buy these books or anything like that. I mean, if I had the money, I would buy that. I would personally buy those Mighty Avengers #1s, but we're not telling you guys to do that. But this is where we think it's coming. Eric, what do you think, actually? We haven't heard from you.
You know what? They have to do the whole Rogue storyline. They have to. When I heard that Captain Marvel, the movie, was coming, I was like, I just lit up. I was like, finally, and even from the animated series, the X-Men, they had the storyline. It's all there. They have to do it. So, but like you said, them titling it the Marvels, I would get anything with Marvel in it. And I'm sure you two know what I'm getting at, that nobody has talked about. And we thought we might have seen them in WandaVision, and that's Blue Marvel.
Yeah, that's a hard one to come by, man.
It is, but that's one to have for the PC, regardless.
Definitely. It's a great story too, by the way. It's
exactly. So you never know. You can come into collections or back bins. You might just find one. Stay on the hunt.
DeButch told the story how he found it. He got cover price for
it.
Yeah.
I think that book is going for what, $600, $700, I think, right?
Woo, so, crazy.
I mean, again, but that is a really hard one. But I hear what you're saying. Marvels are hot, especially Chris. You had that sweet, because my Captain Marvel was Monica when I first got into books. I think you guys are the same thing.
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau was Captain Marvel. That was the only Captain Marvel I knew. I stopped collecting for a little while, came back, and I didn't know who this Carol Danvers was, et cetera, et cetera. Now I know the history, but I'm glad that Marvel is making her way. I'm sorry, Monica is making her way into the Marvel universe. I'm really happy.
Yeah. And keep in mind too, Marvel is been strategic and not rushing anything.
Yeah.
Everything I just said, I'm not saying they're going to put in one movie.
Right? Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah, but I do believe that and you know what, another thing that I believe that ties into this, they're not going to bring in the X-Men. Like, here's the X-Men.
No.
I just don't see that happening either. So there's these certain characters that could be planted into so many different other characters that are already developed that we could see happening over the next few years before we even get the X-Men. So yeah, so many different players.
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau, though, in the middle of all this, in the middle of all the Captain Marvel and stuff and everything I brought up, Monica Rambeau is a player, hands down, no matter what. And no matter what she's called, no matter what she's called, she's gonna be. I can absolutely see her getting a standalone film at some point down the road. You know, we're seeing her built up. I hope to see her in Secret Invasion, which I do believe is supposed to release before the Marvels film, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I just I have high hopes for Monica Rambeau in the MCU, no matter what road they send her down.
Definitely. Here's the deal. We are ending this top 10 hottest comics right now because we're just going to segue into something else. But again, we'll have an interesting new list next week. And Chris will dissect that list and give his 3 most interesting picks from that week. That was a great top 10 list. But we got some interesting comments here that I want to address. I don't want to keep this going any longer within that segment because we break these things off and put them up on YouTube. And some people are like, okay, come on, get to it. But I see this. We got issues. Null is coming. I'm a little skeptical about that. Because he's talking specifically in the MCU. I think that's a Sony property. And I think anything involving Venom and Spider-Man are Sony properties, and I think that is a Sony property right there. So if Null were to be coming, there has to be a lot more going on with Marvel and Sony coming together, which they are doing. They're doing a great job of, but it's going to I don't see that being the overarching villain like a Thanos right now.
I want to reply to that. This is the conversation. This would be the conversation. Sony, we did Venom. It made $1 billion. That's right. Oh, you're beating your chest, right? That's right, Marvel. We can make movies that make money too, right?
Wait.
Marvel's like, okay, yeah, right, But now Sony's like, man, no, that's right. We own symbiotes. We're going to make Null. We're bringing in Carnage. Venom 2, it's going to be $1 billion. We're going to bring in Null. It's going to make $1 billion. And Marvel is over here saying, okay, I see what you're doing, but let me give you some tips. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. So if we got issues, I hear what you're saying. I guarantee you Sony's sitting there like, no, billions of dollars. If that's the case, though, Marvel Studios and Kevin Feige's picking up that phone, calling Pascal, his homie Pascal over at Sony, say, hey, yo, roll that blunt up. I want to hear you. I want to hear it. Take a little deeper. All right, exhale. Sarah. That's her name, right? Sarah? Sarah. Calm down. All right. One movie at a time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's always like, oh, $1 billion. It's like Marvel could be like, oh, yeah, try doing that on the regular, releasing 4 movies a year.
Yeah.
Over, each, making over $1 billion too. And then Marvel valued Tramp and, of course, Miles Morales. Here's the thing with Miles Morales. He's already, the door is open for him to enter the MCU. If you guys remember, Spider-Man's first film, you had Donald Glover playing his uncle. That's right. It's there. They have that in the agreement right there for that to be the case. So I'm telling you, it's more complicated than it's just like, oh, Marvel MCU is just going to have Nolan there. There's rights to be dealt with and contracts to be had and agreements to be made and a lot of money on the line. So it's not only complicated in terms of production and storytelling, it's complicated in legality and kind of the ownership as well. So I don't know. We'll see. I do like this Marvel value. I would love for Secret Wars to come. We'll see. I would say that I think there's a better shot of Secret Wars happening in the MCU than there is of Null.
I think Null is way, way down the line.
Yes. Could. Now, we're not saying this can't happen.
Yeah.
We got issues. We are not saying this can't happen. What we're saying is that there's a lot of complications and a lot of building to be had. And right now, that the plans that Marvel has announced that they're going to be doing, it doesn't include that. Like, there's no way they're going to fit that in. And we're waiting. It's going to be at least 5 years until they announce something like that. That's my opinion. Looking like Eric, you agree, and Chris, you agree as well.
Yeah. Then don't forget, I was surprised we got Gore the God Butcher coming so soon. So that's got to bring the Necro Sword. They have to, right?
Yeah.
So that's a piece for us, right?
But that's next year that film's coming out, right?
Right. You're right. It's almost another Easter egg because I was happy to get the Princess Bar in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I lit up. That was enough for me at the moment, Yeah,
no, definitely. I go, Chris.
Oh, I was gonna say, so I think Sony knows now too how to tread with this stuff. I think the icing on the cake was when Sony got big headed. When was that? 2019, when they said, when everyone was panicking, saying, "Oh, they're done with Spider-Man." And Tom Holland was saying, "I don't know if I'm ever gonna play him again, but it's been great."
Yeah.
And then I was telling everyone, dude, chill out. Chill out. They're gonna sit down and they're gonna. I think Sony knows. Sony has been through it with Sam Raimi. Sony has been through it with the Amazing Spider-Man franchise that fell completely apart. Sony has the right to pound their chest and feel good about what they're doing. But after they do that, it's just like, in a playoff of basketball or baseball, you get through the first round, and after you win the first round, you go to the locker room and you put the goggles on and you're pouring champagne. You do that for that night, but guess what you're doing the next morning? You're back up there doing batting practice, getting ready for that next round. Sony knows this. They got to get ready for the next round, and they're not going to win a wild card playoff and then act like they're World Series champions.
Mm-hmm.
They know that they got to sit with Marvel, talk with Marvel, have the conversations, and listen to it, because they know that there's more money in it for Sony if they play by the Marvel Studios rulebook. They know it. And so Noel, it's funny. I'll say one more thing too. I get so many people that are like, the MCU is going to reboot. They're going to, I'm like, yeah, probably when we're dead.
Yeah.
As long as Kevin Feige's alive. Do you realize that the movies that are on the table are like literally for the next 5 years?
I mean, and that's 20 movies. That's
don't forget, there's some that we haven't even heard about yet.
Yep.
Yeah. And
there's some that are coming still soon that we haven't even heard about yet.
Guys, there's also the Disney Plus shows. And they have characters to go on for decades. Like decades. They can. This is the most incredible, this is the most monumental achievement in film franchise history. No doubt about that. I can't express enough how difficult something like this is to put together in terms of not only having everybody work together in the creative. You got the producers, the writers, everybody then scheduling all of the actors, then, making sure everything's under lock and key in terms of keeping it a secret, and then coordinating those stories to come out on time because they all relate to each other. It's incredible what they have done. And that's why DC couldn't just be like, we'll just do Justice League. Let's just do it. They can't do it that way. We talk about this all the time, but it's an incredible achievement, and a film franchise history. It's the most incredible thing done in that industry right now. And the testament is the money that they have made from that. So, and look at this, geek driven. Yeah, well said, man.
Yep.
Feige will be the standard in Hollywood going forward. No doubt about that. Listen, guys, we would love to answer any questions that you have. We're going to be on here for the next few minutes if you don't have any. But I do want to mention one thing, one very important thing here. That rant was sponsored by Shave My Balls. That's the third time we brought that up. I don't know what we charge here for that, Chris. We got to talk to them about that. But thank you, Keel, for sending that in. Shave My Balls. Are there any more questions in the chat, guys? Any more questions? I don't know. I don't see any. There's a lot of Sony talk here. It's the Sony Spider-Man talk is dominating the chat right now. I don't know what more there is to talk about, because honestly, it's beneficial for Sony to be working with Marvel. End of story. End of story. I mean, Sony has this in their back pocket. They own the film rights to Spider-Man, and you guys, the first two Raimi films, excellent. Third one, garbage. The Andrew Garfield ones were garbage. I mean, Sony, you own the rights. Just have Marvel do it for you, and just make that money.
Hey, can I say though? I may have said this on the show before, but what's the guy's name that played Sandman again? What's his? I keep forgetting his name.
Hayden Christian.
Yep. So, not Hayden Christensen, but Hayden, can we give a big shout out for the job he did though in that mess of a movie? Because I thought he did an amazing job with Sandman.
He really did. You're right. I agree with you. We do have a question here from Wesley Beck. Do you think Ultimate Fallout 4 second print is a solid investment? Do you think it is a solid investment?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, any early miles, it's going to be.
I'm going to do my bobblehead.
Yes. Thumbs up.
Dan De La Torre, not a question but an observation. Shave My Balls is now dominating the conversation. I guess so.
I guess we're his official sponsors now, huh?
I know, man. We need to be getting paid for this.
Okay, Chris, I've answered this a few times. Wait, how do we get in the fresh from the whatchamacallit?
I want to know where the whatchamacallit is too, because I want to
that was a good candy bar.
But all right, bring me up.
All right, I got you. I got you.
All right, here we go. All right. Okay. Go on Instagram. Make a post. Take a picture. Do I need to do a tutorial again on how to use the smartphone?
No, don't. Please don't.
We good? We good? Okay.
We don't have that much time.
Take a picture. Post it on Instagram. Leave the hashtag FFTCS. That's FFTCS. And you can also tag us at Comic Book Canon. Post it. We'll see it. We'll show you off. And thank you.
Well done, Chris. That's the last time we're going over that tonight. But yeah, I knew Mojo Quid was joking, but we. Ray Quinzel, would you like to see Daredevil come back to the MCU?
Yeah.
The bobblehead, yes. Bobblehead, yes. Bobblehead,
Does
yes.
a bear shit in the woods and wipe his ass with a fluffy white rabbit?
100%. This is, I don't know. Boom Jask. What's a fair price for a 9.2 Ultimate Fallout 4?
Wow.
Ooh. Sorry. Doris, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna let you do that one because I honestly, with the Ultimate Fallout 4s, if you can find it for a reasonable price that you deem reasonable, I say grab it.
That's
because
what it is right there.
It's going to the moon. It's through the roof. I was lucky to find one way back when, and I think at that point in time, I paid maybe like $300.
Jesus, that's crazy.
And I was tripping on that, but I was able to get it fixed up and everything, but it came back at 9.2, and I was upset.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Now
I will be cracking that and resending it because that was not a 9.2 in my eyes. So,
that's worth it. Honestly, that's worth it for you to spend that money to do that.
Exactly.
No doubt about that.
I wanted to say too to Boom, if it's raw, how do you know it's a 9.2?
Yeah.
So who's saying it's a 9.2? An eBay seller, somebody on Marketplace, or are you looking at engaging it? Because if it's raw, you don't, subjectivity, right? So I would just make sure who's calling it a 9.2. If you have it in your hands or if you got pictures, make sure you have enough pictures to gauge. Yeah. And like Azor said, man, this book has been doing so much that you just got to brace yourself. I bought a Wolverine #1, the limited series for like probably double what I should have at the time. Mm-hmm. Now it's like tripled in value. So it was, I felt bad at the time, but now I'm good. Yeah. So just, find out what's good with you. But if you're buying it raw, you really got to be confident in the grade that you're estimating it to be.
Yep, absolutely. All right, Michael Carter, what do you think of the new Batman Detective series? I have not read it. I do like the Tinian series, though. I have been reading that. I don't know if that answers your question. Probably not. Ray Quinzel, Chris, you're going to the Avengers campus at Disneyland. I want to go to the Star Wars one, too.
Yeah.
100%.
One day. I hope.
Born. CBCS or CGC? I was all CGC. Well, I was CBCS and I moved to CGC. Now I'm probably any shipment I send in is going to be CBCS at this point.
I also am EGS love.
Nice.
There you go. Tony Trombata.
Hey guys, I do want to say I'm going to have a special guest on my Friday Night Live in a few weeks. He's a dealer, all right? And he's recently been very vocal about switching from CGC to CBCS. So be on the lookout for that because we're going to have a really good discussion.
I'll be there.
Planet Arizona, do you guys pay a higher premium for newsstand keys? I personally do not. Here's the deal. I don't either, but I like finding them in the wild because I know people seek them. What are you guys? Anything else on that?
My thing is I always go for the higher grade at the right value. If I can find a higher grade direct for a good value, I'll buy the higher grade any day. But keep in mind, newsstand don't mean nothing if it's like pre-1985 for the most part. So keep in mind that just because, it's like, do I have an issue here real quick? Man, I don't. Oh yeah, like this is a 60-cent newsstand. Like, dude, everything was a newsstand back then. It was like 80% newsstand. So if you're talking late 80s, early 90s, okay. But beware of that.
That's what I was going to say. Do your homework, because at one point in time you had more direct editions than newsstands, and then, like Chris was just saying, later on it was reversed. So you had less newsstands than direct editions. So do your homework, so that way you're not just grabbing it because of the newsstand. Make sure you're doing your homework and you know which era had more newsstands than direct editions, and then you'll know which one is more valuable.
Absolutely. All right, good advice. Guys, what would you pay for this one right here? All right, moving on. Comic Toby. I like this idea from Comic Toby, by the way. So what do you think of my money idea of MCU showing a new character appearing in film only? I like the idea of a new character appearing in the film first and then appearing in the comic books. I think that's kind of cool. Your guys' thoughts on that?
It's interesting.
So I'll let you.
Okay, so for me, I think that would be awesome, but I'm more of a comic book fan first and foremost. So I love getting them in the comic books first and then in the movies. So yeah, that's just my personal preference.
I have to agree. I mean, I'm not going to be one that's going to be all uptight and be like some of those people when something doesn't go, oh, you're ruining my childhood because it's not how it was in the comics. But I agree. I would rather, see them take from the comics, which we talked about this, Jeff. I think that Marvel specifically, now that Kevin Feige, has control over the publishing Marvel side, I think they're going to really get back into creating these characters. You'll have Marvel Studios execs sitting down with Marvel Comics execs at the same table now.
Oh yeah, well,
and they're going to be talking about how do we create characters that we could put in these films, but then they're going to bring them into the comic books first. That way they could get built up and then be brought into the film. So I really think that's a really good balance. One more thing too that I think is a good way of being fresh for the film is not necessarily creating a new character for the films and then bringing it into a comic book, but taking iterations of maybe a character and changing it up, or maybe taking iterations of a couple characters and creating a unique, new, fresh take of that in like the MCU or something like that. I'd be more at ease with something like that happening.
Yeah, many different ways to do it. But moving on, did y'all watch The Bad Batch yet? I have been watching it. I do like it. I really like it. It's not as highly anticipated as The Mandalorian, but I've watched every episode. I like it though. I think it's good. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it too. I'm actually I'm not staying up late to watch it like I was doing with the Marvel shows, but I am waking up in the mornings with the kids and watching it. They're really enjoying it, and I watched all of the Clone series. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying The Bad Batch. They're doing awesome.
I'm still trying to catch up on Clone Wars, man.
Hey,
oh, wow.
Hey, do it.
Yeah,
It's
good.
Season.
The first 3 seasons are garbage.
Yeah, so see, now it's about to start picking up for you. It's about to start picking up.
It people start getting stabbed in the chest with lightsabers. That's when you know, oh wait, this isn't a kitty cartoon anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at this, guys. We got Ian from Team Nerd Herd. Ian, what's up, man? We showed off your books. That was a nice haul. But you know what, Ian, the show's over now. We're ending the show. We're here. That's not true. We're ending the show right now because Eric has an 18-month-old. I have to be up at 6:30 in the morning on the East Coast for my daughter as well. Chris has had a long day dealing with his teenage sons, and guys, we're just beat up. I sound old, but I'm definitely not. But man, this has been an awesome show. Eric, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, once again, you guys are not following Spine Ticks. You need to. This is their Instagram handle. It's this easy. And this is their YouTube link right there. It's in the bottom of the description. Please click on their link. Please follow them. They give the goods. I'll tell you that right now. It was an absolute pleasure having you on, being able to play that little fun little joke on you. Thanks for being a good sport on that. I hope you had a good time with that.
Yeah. Hey, thank you all for inviting me. I had an awesome time. And, I'll be on all the shows and the live feeds, getting my Fresh from the Comic Shop ready. Because I enjoy that segment because I feel like I'm still on the show.
Hey, we always give you props. Honestly, you bring the heat each and every week, so it's hard not to give you props. So, anyways, but we appreciate all you guys participating in that. Again, this is our year anniversary, Chris, and we're sharing it with you, Eric. It couldn't have been a better guest to share it with. To be honest, I can't tell you how much it means to Chris and I to spend time with each and every one of you guys every week talking about comics. And it was also good to shoot the shit with you, Eric, as well, with music and sports and stuff like that, too. So.
Congratulations.
Well deserved. Chris, what do you got?
Man, yeah. 1 year, 52 weeks of goodness, man. Comic book canon. I'm loving it. And, yeah, Zoris, thank you for joining tonight. I remember way back in the good old days when, we didn't quite know what we were doing, and we brought you on to play some little game. I don't even know what we called it anymore. But yeah, man, thanks for coming back on and being a part of the show again. I love doing this every Friday night. I was just talking. Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody in my personal life. I had a really hard week. I'm going to tell you guys right now. I had a really bad week. So much that personally, I was a mess. I didn't even get ready for the show until this morning for the most part. And, I'm telling you, I'm walking out of this show right now. Besides the fact that I'm starving, I need to go eat some food. I'm going to go sleep like a baby in his blankie with his binky, man. Cause I love coming here and hanging out and, chopping it up with some good people in this community and all of you guys in the chat. It's freaking amazing. So, yeah. And, Jeff as well, funny thing. All right. I got to end the show on this. I'm sorry, guys. Don't leave yet, chat. Don't leave. I'm going to keep it for a couple more minutes. This is a great way to end. Check this out. So, Jeff, I told you, and all of you know darn well how bad my internet's been. I'm glad, we talked about APT a little bit. It was good today, right? Was it good? Okay, good. So they came in and did some reinstallation yesterday. So when they send out the tech out to do the installation, they send the sales dude. They send the sales dude a half an hour later to knock on your door. So he knocks on my door, and it's this younger guy, maybe a little younger than us. And he's like, "Hi, so you're getting an upgrade today. I'm with AT&T." I'm like, "I ain't getting no upgrade. What the hell are you talking about?" "Yeah, I got you. You're going with higher speeds." And I'm like, "Are you frick kidding me? I don't want no higher speeds. I didn't order an upgrade. I want my goddamn internet to work." And he's like, "Oh, wait a minute. Let me look. Oh, you're right. You're just changing where your modem is in the house." Yeah. And guess what? I was wearing my A1 Comics t-shirt. And after he says that, he looks up. He's like, "Oh, A1 Comics. For real. I go there all the time." And we just start chopping it up. And we talked about Journos Comics. We talked about comic book canon. He's pulling out his phone. He's going on YouTube. He's like, "Oh, no shit." And he's pulling up the comic book canon video. And he's like, I'm subbing. He was like, "Here's my card. Hit me up for real. Hit me up." And this dude was so I was coming in here grabbing my Bumblebee toy that I just bought. I felt like we were kindergartners on the first day of school. He's going in his phone, showing off the new Rodimus Prime toy he bought. And I'm gonna tell you something. It was awesome because it took 3 years of crap internet service, me trying to run a business with Journos Comics and Comic Book Canon, and come here and give you guys quality material every week. And AT&T keeps getting in the way. But there's a silver lining. Because it was AT&T. It was because of AT&T that after 15 months of a pandemic, 15 months of having to sit in our homes, worry about the world around us. And now I'm going to take it to a serious note. You know, really worried about our mental health, not connecting with people, building bridges via screens, right? Which is the silver lining there. But it took AT&T to have some guy come knock on my door, and I had a face-to-face conversation with some random ass dude about comic books and Transformers. And I got to tell you, it felt really good. And you know what I told that guy before he left? I said, Jeff, my co-host Jeff, and everybody in this community, because he was talking about, I go to San Diego Comic-Con every day. I was like, Tony, man, thank you, because I'm calling my co-host Jeff, calling everyone else in the community, and we're gonna have a freaking, we're gonna hashtag it, Jeff. We're gonna create a hashtag like freaking bomb. I don't know, bomb. That's probably the wrong word to use. We might get the FBI called on us. Maybe not bomb, but crash the con or something, dude. We're going to go freaking hard. So Thank you to the AT&T salesman for showing me what it means to be face-to-face with other like-minded people. And I know we're almost there, but for right now, we're still doing this. And I thank you all for being here. You guys are standing at my doorstep right now, and we're having that same conversation. So thank you so much. That's it. That's all I got.
Couldn't end on a better note. Guys, everybody, we will see you next Friday. We want you all to be happy, safe. Eric, again, thank you so much. Sith Lord, the AKA Steve, thank you so much for joining us for a quick cameo. That was a lot of fun. And to the audience, guys, thank you guys each and every week. You guys make this so much fun for us. But we're ending the show right now. We'll be back next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. We love doing this with you, and we will continue on. Have a good night. Have a good week. Peace.